Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to week 6 of the HTML and CSS curriculum. So this week we're going to be teaching you how to kind of start making your final projects look a little bit more like a traditional website. So the end goal for this week is to get your website looking something like this. So as you can see here, we have a nice nav bar where we can go to the different web pages within your website, as well as space for a logo. This is just a random screenshot, but you can, if you want to, you can start thinking about drawing a logo or finding an image online for your logo, as well as a footer down here for any contact information or just general information that you want to have on all of your web pages. So this is actually a really useful template because any content that you put in your website will just go into this orange or salmon colored portion right here, and the nav bar and header will always remain at the top and the footer will always remain at the bottom. So that is really nice. So the first thing that we're going to have to learn how to do is to make a external style sheet. So far we've been styling our websites inside of a style tag, inside of the header tag, but to keep our HTML file a little bit cleaner, what we're going to do is make something called an external style sheet. So when you open REPL.it, if that's what you're using, you've probably noticed that there's this thing called style.css that is automatically generated. But we're going to be walking through making that file since some people might be using different programs. So we're pretending like we're starting a whole new document here. So for example, for people who might be using Visual Studio Code or Sublime Text or something like that. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is go to our files and just add a file and name it style.css. That's it. Now we have an external style sheet that we can put all of our styles in. And in order to link this new style sheet to our HTML file, we have to write this line in the header of our HTML file. So REPL.it is really nice. It puts it there automatically, but again, if you are using Sublime Text or some other program, you're going to have to put this in the header of your HTML file. And you will have to put this line in all of your HTML files. So for example, if you have an aboutus.html, you'll have to put this line in the header of that file. One of the main benefits of using an external style sheet is that it keeps your HTML a lot cleaner. The other nice thing is that styles and style.css can be applied to all of your web pages. So instead of, for example, if you wanted to make all of the text in all of your web pages bold, you could just say it once in style.css and skip having to say it 5 or 6 times in each of your individual HTML files. Okay, so using CSS in an external style sheet is pretty similar to using it in the header. So for example, we have this google.com link that doesn't go anywhere, and say we want to remove the little underline that they have there. So in style.css, putting an asterisk followed by brackets basically means that this will apply to everything that the style.css sheet is linked to, which in this case is just index.html. And if we write text decoration none, none, and we hit run, as you can see, the underline is gone. That is fantastic. And if we had multiple pages, again, all of the underlines would be gone there as well. Now, let's say we don't want our style to apply to everything everywhere. We can target certain elements by using something called a class. Okay, so now we have these two different paragraphs with different text, and let's say we want to make one blue and one red. So what you can do is go to style.css, type a period followed by the class name. Now the class name can be anything you want, so instead of paragraph 1 I could have called this unicorn and the other one rainbow, but it's important that it's consistent between the HTML file and the style.css so that they know what to look for. Okay, so let's make paragraph 1 here red, so just color red, and paragraph 2 color blue. And when we run it, as you can see, they are now different colors, which is very useful, and it is something that we will be using a lot this week. Now, there is another way to target elements with an external style sheet, which is called an ID. The difference between classes and IDs is that classes can be applied to multiple elements. So let's say I want the second paragraph to be red now. I can just call it paragraph 1, and hey ho, now it is red. However, if this was instead an ID, only paragraph 1 could have that ID. So IDs only apply to one element within a file. So generally it's safer to use classes, and we're going to be sticking to classes this week. Now this might have been gone over before, but if you want to pick more precise colors, what you can do is go to this website, colorhex.com. As you can see, you can drag around the sliders, and you can get a very precise color. And what you're going to want to do, once you get the color that you want, say I want this purple, you just copy the hex, and you go back to your style sheet. You just put a pound key, and followed by the hex that you just got, and as you can see, it recognizes it, and hey there, hi there, art is now purple. So that's awesome. So yeah, if you want more exact colors, colorcodehex.com, great website. That's going to be it from me for this week. As I said, you're going to be learning how to make this, which is really awesome. It's a great template, so be sure to pay attention to your teacher this week, and I hope you guys have a good time.